Hi everybody, Cynthia here. I'm back to share a Pinterest inspired collaboration project I do with my friend Misha at ScrapsandThings1. Hi Misha. For more inspiration, I'm going to post a link below to her channel so you can head on over, check her out, subscribe, and show her some YouTube love. So we were supposed to do this T for two pocket, and this is the one on Pinterest that inspired me. Thought it was really cute. And what they did is they had the loose tea bags, so they used their pattern paper to kind of go over the tea bag itself just to make it look really cute. But that's the one that inspired me. And I used tea bags that are in the packet. I used 2 honey lavender, and because they're a little larger, I made my little pocket larger, but this is how mine turned out. And I'm gonna go ahead and show you the materials I used, and then we're gonna make one together. So up here for my seam binding, I used this blackberry seam binding that I purchased at my scrap cabin shop on Etsy. And I love the color. It's just this really deep, rich purple. I love it. For the mug, the tea mug itself, I used a background stamp. It's called Crackled Stamp Set. It's a background by Paper Tray Ink. And then for the little tea bag you see here and the tea cup, which I've actually put on foam dots for some dimension, I used a stamp from May Made It. I used the saucer, the tea mug, the tea bag, and then I used a stamp set on here I used For My Bestie. And then the one we're going to use is, did I use Party or Teammates? I used Party. And this one is called Beautiful, the stamp set. But I really like this stamp set. I thought it was super cute. And for the stamping, for like the crackled background, I used London Fog Memento ink. And then to stamp it out, I used black, tuxedo black. And then the really pretty papers that you see here and here, I just used them. They were freebies that I got in a magazine. And I know a lot of you ask me questions about magazines that I get. I usually get Paper Craft Inspirations or Creative Stamping or Simply Cards and Paper Craft. And a lot of times they give you free papers or free stamp sets. Some even give you free dies. It just depends on what they're giving away, whether or not I buy it. And I do purchase them usually at Joann's. You can buy them online. But those are the magazines I get. So I decided to use some of that paper. And then I just have a lavender cardstock for the base. But this is the cute little T for two pocket that we're going to make. So let's get started. What you're going to need first is a sheet of cardstock that measures 7.5 by 4 1/4, and you're going to line it up at the 7.5 inch mark on your scoreboard, and you're going to score at 4 1/4, and then again at 6.5. And then you can set your scoreboard aside. Now on this one, I just used my 1-inch circle punch to kind of create these little corners. And I left this one, I forgot to do my corners for my flap before I folded it up. So we're going to do this one a little bit differently. Okay, so this is the back piece for your base. You're going to want to fold your first score line up. And then you're going to take your 1-inch flap and fold it down. And then just run your bone folder over the score marks. Okay, so for this one, I think I'm going to use my 1-inch circle on this here and here, and maybe here as well. So we're going to cover it first. So for your first mat background, the mat measures 4 1/8 by 4 1/8. And I'm just going to use a little bit of liquid glue. And pop that on, and the measurement kind of gives you a little bit of a lavender cardstock edge to it. So then the second flap we're going to work with is this one here. That flap measures 2 1/8 by 4 1/8 of an inch. Oop. And I'm going to lean that more towards the bottom there. And I'm not really worried about it covering this part because your flap is going to come down and cover that anyway. So let's decorate our flap. Our flap piece measures 7/8 by 4 1/8. This is a really simple pocket. I used to make pocket card tags. In fact, I'll post a link below to those. Those are so fun. And it's basically this design, just different measurements. And then on the inside, instead of putting tea bags, you just put a little tag and you create a card, like a greeting card out of it. Okay, so we have our back piece, our flap, bottom flap here, and then the 1-inch flap here. So all I'm going to do is go in with my 1-inch circle punch, and on the 1-inch flap, I'm going to take the corner, I'm going to line it up, and I'm just going to cut off that corner piece right there. So in the center of your circle, you just want to cut like a little triangle piece out of that, and you're going to do the same thing to the top. Put the corner in, go down a little bit, like as far as you want, center it as best you can, and cut that out. And the same thing on this side. Okay, so I'm going to want to close my flap up. I'm going to put a little bit of glue right on the edge of that flap. Fold it up. I'm going to run my bone folder over it so I know it seals nice and tight there. And then for the flap, I'm just going to put some glue on that and glue that down. Okay, so while my glue is really drying well, I'm going to get my tea mug, and I put some foam tape on the back for some dimension, and I only did that to the teacup itself. I didn't do it to the saucer, just so it kind of looks like, you know, the teacup is sitting on the saucer. You can see there. And I've already colored it up. I just used one of my brown markers for the tea itself. And I'm just going to try and center that. Place it on. And then the saucer, I'm going to add a little bit of liquid glue. And put that right underneath there. Press down really well. And then I'm going to take my hole puncher, punch a hole in the center there, and we're going to use some of that seam binding. Let me put my pin back in my glue here. And I'm just going to pull some through. And trim that off. And you could just tie a knot and let it hang, but I like the bow. I thought the bow looked really cute. So I tied it, and then I made a bow, so it would sit really nice at the top. Okay, so that's my bow. I love the look of that. And I'll just grab these 2 tea bags out of here. Everything should be nice and adhered down, and it fits in 2 tea bags so they can have tea for 2. Anyway, I hope you give this project a try. It's so nice to gift to people in your Happy Meal packages, or for some of your swaps that you might do. These are even great to make around Christmas time or for birthdays. Like, these make great stocking stuffers. And you could even do these for craft fairs if you wanted to. The possibilities are endless for what you want to, use these for. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you give it a try. Take care, and if you have any questions, let me know. Happy crafting!